All right, recording got started. Thank you very much to all of you for, we have close to 40 students. Thanks a lot for joining this session. So the intention, the main objective for us to gather for this training, for this session is to understand what is this data engineering all about, what are all the jargons that are being used in the industry, what exactly do they mean, and what are the skills that we need to have to become a good data engineer and a data analyst in this current competitive market. We have seen that the market is very volatile and expectations are really lot. So in this kind of uncertainty market, what kind of skills we need to have? So that's all about for this training. And let me share the screen and let me just quickly introduce about myself because most of you don't know. All students, they know me. And my name is Lakshmi. I live in Australia, and this is my LinkedIn. And right now, I'm acting as a director and the founder of this hands-on agile coaching company, and it's a multi-million-dollar company. And these are the followers, and we have. I have 26 years of experience in IT myself. So I worked in London, Belgium, Netherlands, various roles, a project manager, agile coach. I myself teach the project management, Scrum Master, product owner in a practical way. So along with all this, like with this extensive experience, I floated this company, Hands-on Agile Coaching Company, and we have been doing the trainings on data engineering, cybersecurity, project management, tech business, analyst, all these training programs we have been doing. So the difference we are making in the market right now is we are teaching the subject in a practical way. We are helping the people with the CV, LinkedIn, the interview guidance and everything. And we post a lot of global job opportunities. This is my Telegram channel, by the way. And we post a lot of global job opportunities. And I have been managing this for last 6, 7 years. And you can just scroll up and then you can see, for example, there is hiring data engineer. Even if you just go there and just type here, for example, Azure data, and you can see the number of jobs that I posted in this year, last year. Yeah. And a lot of people are able to get the good global remote job opportunities. In case if you guys are interested to join, I'm inviting you, copy, and then please join HAC Telegram channel. So this is our Telegram channel. You can click and you can join if you are interested. And if you are interested about the training programs, for example, you are interested in AI/ML, and then you can go there and then you can just watch the demos, etc., etc. And this is my website. All right, so let us quickly jump into the reason why we gathered here. So we are seeing a huge demand in the AI space, and the AI space heavily need the data, and the businesses they want to make the data-driven decisions, and organizations they want to move the data from on-premise, on-premise on the ground to the cloud to optimize the cost and everything. For all these reasons, organizations are looking for skilled person who can effectively handle the data, efficiently handle the data, manage the data, clean the data, load the data, and send it to different departments based on their needs. As a layman, like all of you, I'm just opening ChatGPT and I'm just asking a simple question. What exactly Azure Data Engineer will do? I also don't know. I'm just starting from zero. So now Azure Data Engineer, what exactly they will be doing? Collecting the data and storing the data, making the data available for reporting. Why we need the reporting? Why we need the analytics? For example, take my company. I want to understand in which area we are getting more students, in which area I'm getting less students. Maybe I have to apply some promotions, blah, blah, blah. Let us say I'm applying, sorry, let's say I'm applying I'm running a Pizza Hut, and I'm my pizza I want to have an understanding insights of the data, where my pizza sales are going well, where they are not going well, so that I can take data driven decisions. It's very, very important, right? So every day, for example, if you, let's say Australia, right, National Australia Bank, every day the data come from various sources, ATMs, internet, customer databases. What you will be doing as a data engineer? So the data is coming from all these sources, and then you are going to store the raw data because it's all raw data, right? So all the raw data. and then so you're going to use some tools. For storing, you are using some tools, and then you are going to build the pipeline because you have to send the data to different department, right? So that's where the ETL, extraction, transformation, loading. And then in this process, you are going to remove, duplicate, clean, and then you are converted to actual currencies and do it. So basically, you are transforming the data. You are transforming the data, and then you are going to create a data warehouse where you load all the data, and the different layers are there. So the clean layer, and Bhaskar will explain all the details. And then there is an incremental load, and then you are going to schedule the pipelines, run the jobs, for example, midnight at 2 o'clock. So run all the things. So it automatically triggers, blah, blah, blah. And this is what you see. Most commonly tools used by these data engineers are Data Factory, Databricks, PySpark, Power BI for the reporting and analysis, Azure DevOps. Okay, right. So in a nutshell, we just understood what exactly the data engineers will be doing. Now, let us understand. So is this Azure data engineers, are they really in demand globally, and why they are in demand? We have to understand that aspect as well, right? If there is no demand, there's no point of learning the training. Your time is waste, and my time is also waste, and money is also wasted. Now, let us see what it is saying. Yes, Azure data engineers are strong global, especially in Australia, USA, Canada, and Europe. The demand is driven by one fact. Why? Every AI dashboard business depends on the data. Data is more like a oil for the car. Yeah. So why they are in demand? AI needs the data. For example, I'm using the chat GPT. This itself is a AI tool. How this is giving all this information? So it has the data from, it is picking up the data from millions of websites from across the globe and then summarizing that information, giving to us in meaningful format. So no clean data, no successful AI. AI models, they operate according to the data. Yeah. So organization need data engineers before they hire AI engineers. So there is a dependency. AI is growing exponentially. Similarly, we are seeing significant spike in the demand for the data engineers. As I told, massive cloud migrations. So the organizations are moving. So this is my organization, and to store all the data, the banking customer data and everything, I have to pay for the infrastructure, and I have to pay for the security, and I have to pay for the air conditions and the lease and everything. So a lot of operations costs are involved there. To operate, I need to spend a lot of money. But now what many of the organizations are doing, so we have a lot of virtual environment providers. So from Google, we have Google Cloud Provider, Google Cloud Platform, sorry, and from Amazon, we have AWS, and from Microsoft, we have Azure. These are the main cloud service providers. So these organizations, they're saying that, hey guys, look, you can use our environment, and the good thing is pay as you go. Pay as you go. If you are using this much data, you just pay this much. But if you are using this much, yeah, you pay this much. But in my on-prem, irrespective of my storage and everything, I have to still pay for my entire building. Agree or not? So these are the just a simple in layman way I'm talking. Yeah. So this is where most of the organizations are moving their data from on-prem to the cloud. We call it as a cloud migration. When I was working in National Australia Bank, I was a senior delivery manager for close to around 150 application. We break down that large monolithic application to microservices, and we moved all the microservices to the cloud for better maintenance. So that's a massive cloud migration and explosive growth data. Data is growing, right? So earlier only, so we have the machines and everything, but now you see the cars are talking to each other, and your mobile is generating the data, your refrigerator is generating the data, smartwatch, whatnot. So all the devices became smart devices, and all of them, they are operating on data, correct? And then the fabric adoption as well, and real-time NX and regulatory compliance, storing the data. So that regulatory is also there, right? So if you are aware of that cyber security and all the stuff, regulatory HIPAA. What is this HIPAA stands for? HIPAA says HIPAA is applied in the healthcare. All the patient information must be encrypted and stored securely. HIPAA. Otherwise, you will be penalized. Hospitals will be penalized. So we need the data engineers here. So shortage of the experienced talent who use of the Databricks, SQL, Python. And so we understood that, okay, we have GCP, AWS, and Azure. And why Azure? Many enterprises are Microsoft focused. You see here, as a result, Azure data engineers are specifically required. What makes Azure data engineers attractive? Cloud data, AI readiness. All right. And I'm also just showing you another small article from Forbes. You see, this is a Forbes article, and why Microsoft Azure could take the cloud lead from Amazon by 2026, by end of this year. So highly likely that so Azure is going to be leading. All right, team. Cool. Thank you very much. So for the introduction that I give. All right. I'm inviting Bhaskar, who is our expert trainer. Bhaskar is carrying extensive 14 plus years of experience, and he is currently working as a Azure data tech lead in one of the big organizations. And let us hear from Bhaskar what exactly the data engineer will be doing. And then after the class, we will be taking all of your questions. Okay, team? Thank you. Bhaskar, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lakshmi. So, hello everyone. I hope everyone is able to hear me. Lakshmi, can you confirm able to hear me?
Yes, able to hear.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so as Lakshmi said, this is Bhaskar. I'm having 15 plus years of IT experience. I started my career with data processing, where we used Microsoft Business Intelligence tools like ETL tools, SSIS, reporting, RS, and analytics tool is AS that I worked. And later I started working for Microsoft. I worked for them around 8 years. And there I adopted Microsoft Power BI and Azure Data Engineering platform. And currently I'm working for one of the Indian-based company from India. So as a data engineer. So this is briefly about me. Now I wanted to say, as a data engineer, what we are going to do. What are the primary responsibilities of our role? So what are the roles that we are going to handle it as a data engineer that I'm going to talk about it. So when you see this term, data engineering or even data analytics, so both are tied up with the data. So data is essential for us. We're always going to deal with the data. We're always going to talk to the data. Okay, so how this data is going to be generated? I'll just give a brief idea about it, and then I'll start talking about the data engineering activities. When you take any business in the market, you're going to have a applications. Most of you maybe came across that. Like if you take Amazon, you'll be having Amazon business, right? Application it is. So which application it is? It is web application. By using the web application, you can order a product. That means customers are going to use these applications. So like this, you will be having a multiple customers. All these people are going to use the applications. Some business applications, they're going to use it. And we're also having a mobile applications. So that means we can use the web applications or we can use the mobile applications to order the product. So these applications are going to be used by the customers. So that means customers are going to generate the data. If you take any business in the market, customers are going to run your business. I mean, the data is going to be generated by the customers. If you take any business in the market, if you take a banking, you transfer the amount from one account to other account. You may use mobile application, or you may use ATMs, or you may use swiping cards. There are many ways to do the transaction for the business. So in the same way, for Amazon also, Amazon or Flipkart or anything, we are going to use the applications to order the products. So when you're ordering the products, you're going to take some details, right? So you're going to provide, you will be having your login details before going to order. And then once you log in, you're going to choose the products. So that means product details are going to be there. And customers are going to order the product. So customer details also is required. And you're going to order the products from some location. Okay, so location details are going to be there. So otherwise, they cannot deliver the product. If they don't capture the location details from where customer is raising the request and what is the delivery address, if you don't provide it, then they cannot deliver the product. So location details are required. And they are going to order all this kind of products at some point of time. So date and time, details, and payment details. You're going to make a payment, right? When you order a product, you need to pay. So all these details are related to one transaction. So that one transaction can have a multiple products. That means quantity of the product, amount of the product, what is the way of payment that you have done. All these details are going to be captured by your business systems. Whoever is going to run the business, those people are going to collect the data from the customers. Okay, so why we need to collect? Even Lakshmi also gave some details about it, how we can, what is the intention of this collecting the data into their business systems. They're collecting the data into their business systems. So because if you wanted to understand from which locations we are getting more orders, from which locations we are getting more orders, at what time period we are having more orders, and if you wanted to compare what is the sales of May or what are the orders of the May, the same month in the last year, if you wanted to compare, then definitely we require data. If data is there, then only you can compare it. You can compare month over month, year on year. So depends on your requirement, you can compare it. So based on that, you can analyze the business and you can take the key decisions to grow in the business. If there is some product, if there is no demand for this product, if you don't understand, we are getting very less orders for this product, your product, your productivity will be more, right? Even if you don't know that. Okay, so if you know that we are not having more demands for this particular product, then we can stop the production for that particular product. Okay, so if there is a demand for some product and if you know that in time, then you can produce more products for that particular product, and you can bring that into more in market so that you can get more revenue. So that means in order to analyze the business, you require the data. So because of that reason, we are collecting the data from the customers. So there will be different kind of data. Okay, so you'll be having even sensitive data also will be there, how you're going to handle that. So I'm just going to take you through how the security that we're going to provide for the data. So simply now I wanted to say here, the business is generating the data and storing the data in the store. So this store I'm just taking is a Oracle database, and you can feel that this is a business system. So this system, I wanted to call it as a business system. Now data is available in the business system. So who will bring the data into the business system is the application developers or database developers are going to take care about it. So this particular part is not the data engineer role. This is not part of us. This part is purely related to application developers like Java, .NET developers. Okay, so mobile application developers and database developers. So all those people are going to take care. Then from where our journey is going to start as a data engineer. As a data engineer, our journey is going to start right from the business system. Right from the business system, our journey is going to start. So as a data engineer, what we are going to do is the reason why we are having a data engineering in the market is having a problem. That problem was introduced very long ago. Most of you came across this term, that is big data. So big data is a problem. A big data is a problem. So how we can provide the solution for the big data? Okay, so we are collecting the data from the varieties of the customers, from varieties of the systems, not only from the customers, we're also collecting data from the systems. There are many cars are generating the data. Even I'm working for the similar kind of product in my current project. Okay, so like that, the data is going to be generated by the machines also. So we need to understand that we need to get the insights on top of the data. So that means we need to collect the data from wherever your business data is getting generated. So when you combine all together, I wanted to say that is a big data. So when you have a big data, the big data is having a two problems. The big data is having a two problems. Problem one is storage problem. You're going to have a data storage problem. And other problem is data processing. These two together, we can say it is a big data. Okay, so big data was introduced very long ago. The solution also was introduced with the Hadoop ecosystems. But now we replace that Hadoop ecosystems with modern data engineering platform. Okay, so there are many things are there. I'll talk about it. Okay, so like Hadoop, our data engineering, is modern technology, modern platform where we are going to do the data storage and where we're going to do the data processing. So Hadoop is mostly you can feel outdated. Okay, so now we are talking about a data engineering platform, how we can provide the solution for the big data. Solution in terms of data storage, solution in terms of data processing, we need to do it with less coding. We don't need to go for 100% coding. But when you go for Hadoop, you have to go for 100% coding. Okay, so let me show you. Let me talk about it. The data is available here. So I wanted to collect the data from the varieties of the business systems. Your business system, I'm just taking Oracle. You may have a different kind of systems also. You may have a data in SFTP. Okay, so in SFTP also, we may have a data. For some reason, they may export the data and give the data into the SFTP, and we are going to take the data from SFTP. Wherever it is, we are having hundreds of source systems in the market. Wherever your business data is there, from there, we need to collect the data. Why we need to collect the data? To get the insights on top of it. So in order to collect the data from the varieties of the source systems, how we are going to do it? Okay, so when you come to this data processing, we have two parts. One is data ingestion, and other is data transformation. We have a data ingestion and data transformation. Now we are going to start talking about data processing. My data is available in my business systems. I wanted to process the data. To process it, first you have to do data ingestion. Your business data is distributed. I wanted to consolidate and keep it in a single unified system. Then we need to take a data factory. This data factory is going to get the data from varieties of the source systems. Data factory is going to collect the data from the varieties of the source systems. You can read the data from the business system by using Azure Data Factory. This is completely code-free ETL tool. Code-free tool. We don't need to write a code to ingest the data from the varieties of the source systems, into unified data store. Your business data is distributed across the different platforms, different storage locations. But once you bring the data with the help of Azure Data Factory, and we are going to consolidate and keep it in a centralized location. That centralized location is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2. So this is one of the storage platform where we can store a big data. We are going to store a big data here. We are extracting the data here. And then we are loading the data into the target. We are extracting and we are loading the data. This entire process we can call it as a data ingestion. So we are going to call this as a data ingestion. How this data factory is going to be there? I'll just walk you through how it will be there practically. I mean, I'll just show you how the tool, the look and feel of the tool we are going to have. So we are going to talk about more in detail about this Azure Data Factory. It is one of the primary responsibility to ingest the data. As a data engineer, one of the primary responsibility is data ingestion. So how we are going to ingest the data from the varieties of the source systems, we are going to come across as part of our regular training. So let me just show you here. This is how the data factory is going to be there. By using data factory, we can ingest the data, we can orchestrate and we can transform the data. So these operations, we are going to do it with the help of data factory. So this data factory is for one of the best that we used. So if I wanted to copy a data from one place to other place, it's just simple. You can use drag and drop. You don't need to write the code. And if you wanted to read the data from the multiple files, how we can read data from the multiple files? Like we have a varieties of the activities. Depends on your requirement. You can choose the activities and you can design the pipeline here. So this is the place where we are going to design. So it's a drag and drop only. You don't need to write a code. We're just going to write the expressions as part of this. So this data factory is going to help us to ingest the data. And we're also going to see something like how we can read the data if there is a data in a SFTP, if there is a single file, and if there is a multiple files, then how you're going to read it. And if you take a database like Oracle, then how you're going to read the data from the table or from the tables, and what are the different types of loads we're having. Like we have a full loading and we have a incremental loading. So how can you decide what kind of load it is, and how you can implement that we're going to see in our Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory is specifically designed or specifically used in the market for only data ingestion. So only we are going to do the data ingestion. By using Data Factory, we can also do the data transformation. But this is not capable enough to handle the big data. So there are a lot of limitations are there. So because of that reason, we are going to use the Databricks. So in place of this particular part, Databricks will be used for doing a transformation. Or you can also use the Fabric. Fabric also can be used to apply a transformation. Okay, so I'll talk about event Fabric also. I'll give some brief idea about it, how it is going to be there. Okay, so we are going to see how we can integrate with the repository. Okay, so how we can create a working branch, how we can create a PR, all those things, all development activities that we're going to come across, which are related to data ingestion. And after completion of the data ingestion, then you have to talk about data transformation. Okay, so if you take any data engineering project, out of 100%, I'll give 20% for data ingestion. Only for data ingestion, only 20%. And 10% is for orchestration. I give 70% for transformation. If you know more about transformation, then you'll get more CTC, and clearing interviews is very simple and easy. So you have to be very strong on the data transformation, because the reason why I'm giving 20% here is we are not talking to the data. We are just collecting it. We are just collecting and dumping into this place. We are just dumping it. But when we go for data transformation, you have to save the data. You have to save the data. You have to transform the data. So in order to talk to the data, then definitely you need to use Azure Databricks. So this one, we can call it as a landing zone from the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2. We are going to start talking about data transformation. So in order to do the data transformation, we are going to use Azure Databricks. We are going to use Azure Databricks. This is also a Azure service only. So why the name it as Azure Databricks? When I'm going to talk about Azure Databricks, I'll give more details about it. So when we come to here, we need to know about Spark. We need to know about PySpark. Okay, so we need to know about Databricks and Azure Databricks. All are same. All are same. So I'll talk about at the time of Azure Databricks. The journey of Azure Databricks, we'll talk about it. Now data is available in Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2 as a consolidated, and we are going to have a varieties of the formats. You may have a structured data, you may have a semi-structured data, and you may have a unstructured data. So all the varieties of the data will be treated as a big data. I'll talk even all different characteristics of the big data and different formats of the data, and we are going to handle too. So we need to read the data from the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2. We need to read the data from the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2. So how we are going to read is by using Azure Databricks. That means you're extracting the data here. You're extracting the data by using Azure Databricks. When we go for Azure
Bhaskar,
Databricks
sorry, can you please stop the screen share and then do the reshare again? Hi everyone, please be careful in scratching. There's a scratches on the whiteboard, the yellow scratch. Yeah, please redo the screen.
Yeah, so Azure Databricks will be used to extract the data. Azure Databricks will be used to extract the data, and what kind of code you are going to write to read the data from here. To read the data from here is we are going to write PySpark. We're going to write the code called PySpark code. And why we're writing the PySpark code is by doing a transformation. Okay, so we are going to read the data from here. And then after reading, you're going to load the data. Same Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2, we are going to use it, but this Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2 is not like a data lake, it is going to be Delta Lake. It is going to be delta lake. So this is a data lake and this is a delta lake. And you can load the data into a data lake storage gen 2. And here I'm just going to say it is loading. And by using Azure Databricks here, we are not going to apply transformation. And even here also, we are not applying transformation. The only difference when the data is coming from this particular place to this particular place, here it is a file system. Here it is a file, but when you come to here, we are going to have a table. So what kind of table it is delta table. Because of that reason, I'm calling this is a delta lake. This is a data lake and this is a delta lake. Let me name it here. Okay, so this is a data lake and this is a delta lake. There is a lot of difference between them. I'll talk about it. So delta lake will be created on top of this data lake only. On top of data lake only, we are going to create a delta lake. How we can create it, we'll talk about it. So Databricks, we are going to use it. So basically, when you go for data transformation, we are going to use medallion architecture. In order to process the data, in order to transform the data, we are going to use medallion architecture. This medallion architecture is going to have a 3 layers. One is bronze, bronze to silver, and silver to gold. Bronze to silver, silver to gold is going to take it. So that is the medallion architecture. So medallion architecture is going to start from the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. From the data lake, it is going to start. Okay, so here we are going to have the data in the form of tables. Once we load the data into the data lake or delta lake as a table, then the next layer, we need to bring the data from bronze to silver. From bronze to silver, you have to take it. For bronze, your source is data lake. For data lake, what is your source? For data lake, your business systems are the source systems. Okay, so this is the lineage that you can understand. And now data is available in the bronze layer. I wanted to read the data from the bronze layer. Then again, you can use same thing, we can use it. Okay, so we can extract the data and we are going to load the data into the delta lake. We are going to load the data into the delta lake. So let me take this. But this is going to be silver layer. Now the question is, what is the difference between your delta lake and silver lake or silver layer? Here we are not applying a transformation, but we are bringing the data in the form of table. Only in the form of table, we are bringing the data into the bronze layer. Your bronze layer is going to have a delta tables. Your bronze layer is going to have a delta tables. And here also you are going to have a delta tables. Here also you are going to have a delta tables. The difference between your bronze layer and your silver layer is the silver layer is going to have a cleansed data. Silver layer is going to have a cleansed data. So that means you are going to apply Data cleansing transformations. Data cleansing transformations. We are going to apply data cleansing transformations. Like I wanted to remove the duplicates. Okay. Example I'm just giving. Removing duplicates. Creating columns. Null handlings. Data type conversion. And so on. So these transformations we are going to do it. This kind of transformations we are going to do. But here we are not doing it. We are just bringing as it is whatever the data is there in the data lake. The same thing we are bringing into the data lake as a table. Only thing is as a table it is coming. So data types are going to be same. All the data types are going to be string data types. But when it comes to silver layer, we are going to apply, if there is any duplicates, we need to remove the duplicates. And if you wanted to create some calculated columns, you need to create it. So null handling, if there is a null, how you're going to handle it? And data type conversion, everything that you're going to taking care when data is moving from bronze to silver. And in the medallion architecture, still we have to bring the data from silver to gold. So who is going to consume the data from the silver layer is, this is going to be data scientist or data scientist. For data scientists, it will be used. Okay, so they can run their models to get some insights on top of it. They need a detail level data. Detail level data is required. Detailed cleansed data is required. Because of that reason, this particular system can be accessed by data scientists most of the times. Okay, so who is responsible to provide the data to the data scientist team? Data engineers are responsible. Data engineers are responsible to provide the data. So once the data is available here, and I wanted to feed the data into the Go layer. I wanted to feed the data into the Go layer. Now this part is going to be gold. This part is going to be gold. In the gold, you are going to do data aggregation transformations. So something like here also you will be having a removing the duplicates will be there if required. Creating new columns, data combining, data aggregation. So different kind of transformations, even here also you're going to do it. Okay. So when data is moving from silver to gold, we are going to apply this kind of transformation. And here also you're going to use the PySpark. This Go layer, the consumers for this Go layer is reporting team, analytics team, or reporting team. So these people are going to consume the data from here. We are going to have a aggregated data here. And in this particular case, we are going to handle facts and dimensions. Here in this particular layer, we are going to have a facts and dimensions. So this layer is specifically designed for this layer is specifically designed for analytics team and reporting team. This data is not suitable for data scientists because we are aggregating the data. We are rolling up the data in this Go layer. So whereas in silver layer, this data is suitable for data scientists and this data is suitable for reporting team or analytics team is going to consume the data. So that means we are providing the data to the two different teams. We are providing the data to two different teams. So varieties of the transformations we are going to use, we are going to do with the help of PySpark, and even we are going to use Spark SQL also. We're also going to use Spark SQL. Okay, so here we use only PySpark, and here, of course, even here also we can use to create a delta tables. We need to use the PySpark only. PySpark or Spark SQL you can use whatever we feel easy that you can use in order to do the transformation. This entire part, this entire part, I wanted to say it is a data transformation. This entire thing is a data transformation. So we have a varieties of the layers. Because of that reason, this is very, very important. So when you go for any interview, they will ask you, do you have experience on PySpark? Or do you have experience on Databricks? If you don't have experience on PySpark, or if you don't have experience on Databricks, then they don't consider to hire you. I'm sure about it. So data ingestion and data transformation, 70% I'm giving priority for data transformations because this is the heart of the data engineering. So here we are using a PySpark and Spark SQL as part of your Azure Databricks. And we'll talk about all those things, how it is going to be there. I'll just give an idea how Azure Databricks is going to be there. Okay, so this Azure Databricks is associated with the Gen AI. Okay, so you don't think like, don't worry about how we can write this code. This is like a coding. This is a coding only. That means your PySpark or Spark SQL, both are 100% coding. 100% coding. But this is very, very, very easy. Behind the scene, we are using a Python script and SQL script. Both are simple only, not much difficult. And especially when you come to the Spark or when you come to the Databricks, it is very, very simple to do it. Let's take an example for Hadoop. To do a word count programming, at least you have to write 100 lines of the code if it is a Hadoop. But the same thing if you do it with the PySpark, just in 2 lines. Just in 2 lines you can do it. There is a lot of difference between your Hadoop and your PySpark. Okay, so here it is very difficult to understand the coding when you go for Hadoop, but whereas in a Spark you can easily understand it. So I'll give these differences between the Hadoop and why Spark came into the picture to replace your MapReduce a component from the Hadoop. Hadoop was not completely replaced, but your MapReduce, the main heart of the Hadoop, was replaced with Spark. So the Spark is going to be up to 100 times faster than your Hadoop. 100 times is faster than, up to 100%, 100 times. Okay, so if we know how we can do it, the reason why you people are taking this training is to clear the interview. But to work, 2 years, 2 years ago, doing a work even with the PySpark is slightly difficult. But now it is very simple because you don't need to remember the syntax. You don't need to remember the piece of the code. If you remember the context, what you wanted to do it, okay, then you can use this AI. Gen AI, you can use it. Okay, so I wanted to remove the duplicates. You can ask a question about it. Okay, so like, can you write a PySpark code to remove duplicates? data frame. So it will get the data basically. I think I need to have a server. Let me take serverless for now. So with row number, I'm asking to remove the duplicate. So it is going to write the code for you. Okay, so you don't need to remember. If you know the context of what you're doing, you can ask your AI to do it. So it will give the code. I'm sure about it. And even if it is getting an error, you can fix with the AI. The same thing is available even in the Fabric, where we can use the Copilot, and here it is a Gen AI. Okay, so but when you go for interview, they will not. We cannot say we can use the AI to do it. Of course, we are going to use it, but in many places, especially, they will ask you to write a code. How you can write a? They will ask you to write a pseudo code to remove the duplicates. So this one, I'm going to show you how we can write this code line by line manually. So that will help you to understand what you're going to do it. So once you know that, then you can use the AI to speed up your work. AI is for speeding up your work, but you should know what is happening here. Okay, so that means AI is going to help us to do it. This is the code that we can use it in order to remove the duplicates. Okay, so we can write even Spark SQL code also, pure SQL code also you can write it. If you're familiar with the SQL code, you can write it. And if you're familiar with the Python, then you can go with the PySpark. Okay, so all those things we are going to talk about as part of this particular layer in the data transformation. So once data is transformed, now data is ready for reporting team in terms of fact tables and dimension tables. Then reporting team comes into the picture, or data analytics team comes into the picture. They're going to use Power BI. So since it is a Microsoft platform that we are taking, I'm just taking Power BI as a reporting team, reporting tool. You can have a Tableau also. So they will collect the data from here. They will collect the data from here. And then reports will be created by using this Power BI. Reports and dashboards will be available in the Power BI. And then once that is done, once it is tested, validated, and once it is completed, then it will go into the production. So customers are going to access this. That means business users. Customers here means it is a business users. So business users are going to consume the data in terms of reporting. In terms of reporting, this will be consumed. This entire part, we can call it as a data analytics. Okay, so as a data engineer, 99% you are not going to work as a data analytics. Okay, but there is a chances they may have they may collected the data from the database to the reporting team, and if they're migrating this reporting, if they're migrating this data to this cloud platform, then definitely you need to understand what kind of calculations they're doing. Can we bring that calculations into the upstream system? For those kind of things, sometimes you need to analyze the reportings also, if reporting is already existed. If it is a brand new, then we don't need to worry about it. Having knowledge even with the Power BI is going to be added advantage for you. Okay, so even for me, I'm having good advantage because in the data engineering team, I'm the person who knows even Power BI. Okay, so I can understand what they're doing it. Sometimes it is easy for getting requirement from the customer than the then understanding the report is much more better than getting requirement from the customers. Okay, so because we are already having existed reports and based on that, we are doing analysis and we are implementing the similar kind of things in the upstream system. This is a downstream system. So your upstream system is your data engineering system. Okay, so we can do all the transformations here. We don't need to do transformations in the reporting side. We don't recommend until unless there is a specific transformation. The common transformations will bring into the up system, into the upstream system. Okay, so how this reporting is going to be there, even I'm going to take you through how we can do it, how we can connect the data from the data lake to your Power BI. So that is going to be something like this. So this is like a dashboard. Okay, so online sales by category I'm showing here. It is easy for users to understand it. So we have a varieties of the cards here to show the numbers, and we have a slicer to slice the data and different charts. If you show the data in terms of visual, users can easily understand. Users can easily understand. Otherwise, if you directly show the data in terms of rows and columns, customers cannot understand. These people cannot understand what it is. But if you visually present the data, then it is much more readable for them. And how this going to be designed? Before bringing data into the reporting, we need to process the data. We need to save the data. So that you can do it with the help of data engineering platform. Okay, so you'll be having a model here as part of this. So this is what I'm saying. You'll be having a dimension tables. You'll be having a fact tables. Okay, so fact tables and dimension tables are going to be there in the layer called gold layer. In the gold layer, you are going to have. So number of tables when you compare between your silver and gold will be less. Gold will be having a less number of tables, and whereas silver is going to have a same number of tables mostly as like your source system. Okay, so until unless there is a specific requirement, you can have a even slightly less number of tables when you compare with the source. But drastically change you can see in the number of tables when you come to the goal layer. Okay, so this is briefly about how the data is going to travel right from the business systems to your reporting team. So end of the day, we have to give the data in the form of a visualization. We need to visualize the data and we need to give it. And how this will be accessed by the reporting team, I'll talk about it when time comes. Okay, so in order to scale up your a data engineering platform, what are the prerequisites we need to take it? The prerequisite is a basic SQL is required and basic Python is required. Okay, so if you already know about it, that is fine. Even if you don't know, I'm going to take you through this as part of our course because we designed in such a way that it is going to help you to get prerequisites before entering into the main items. So let me take you through the content of the course, then you can understand how or what we are going to do it. Okay, so here we are going to concentrate more on like we have a data factory, Databricks, PySpark, Microsoft Fabric that we are going to take care, and Power BI, data lakes, SQL, end-to-end cloud scenarios and project that we are going to take you through. And I wanted to say one more thing here. Wherever there is a data factory, your data factory can be replaced with the Fabric pipeline. There is a component called Fabric pipeline. So Fabric pipeline can be used. And wherever there is a Databricks, you can replace with Fabric notebook. And wherever there is a ADLS Gen2, or yeah, let's say data lake. Wherever there is a data lake, you can use. In Fabric, we have a lakehouse. Okay, so that means it's a alternative platform. It's alternative platform for data engineering platform. Of course, that is also the data engineering only. Only thing is Azure Databricks is not the Microsoft own product. It's a product of Databricks. Databricks is a company. They invented this Databricks and they associated with the Azure. Azure provides the machines. Databricks provides the software. They combined together and they named it as a Azure Databricks. But when you go for Microsoft Fabric, you don't need to go for Azure Databricks. You can go for Fabric Notebook. You can go for Fabric Notebook. The Data Factory is a own product of Microsoft. They brought in the name Fabric Pipeline. Okay, so they designed this notebook, Fabric Notebook, for doing a data transformation. So maybe this is too early to talk about all of them,
Hubo
but when
gente
the time
caminando,
comes, you can
no puedo
understand.
ponerme a manejar así, marico. Hay mucha
You
gente.
can un
Ahí lo
you
dejé,
can
está aquí.
understand when time comes.
Lo dejé ahí en un huequito.
Okay, so Fabric is going to be something like I'll just show you how that window is going to be there. So this is a Fabric window where we are going to do all the things. Like we have a something like we can have a notebooks. You see that here. You can see here this one we can say the notebook how we can bring the data from bronze to silver. That I just created some notebook here, and we can also have a pipeline. So this is a pipeline. You can see whatever the things are there here, the same kind of things you can see in the data factory that we have seen, right? You can see the look and feel. Okay, so this one and this one both are same only. So since the data factory is their own product, they brought this into the Microsoft Fabric, and they have designed this they have designed what I say the notebook by their uh, own approach. So why and how they designed, I'll talk about it. So if you wanted to know how they brought this notebook into these places, first you need to understand what is a Spark, okay, and then PySpark, and then Databricks. So then you can understand it. But I'll talk about it. It's a different story. I'll see that. So we can use the lake houses here. You can see bronze lake house, silver lake house, gold lake house. Okay, so lake houses we are going to use in place of a data lake and delta lake. Let's say delta lake. In that particular place, we are going to use the lake house. Okay, so let me walk you through the content of the course. In the first week, we are going to start talking about cloud introduction. Okay, so what are the cloud platforms we're having, and why we need to go for cloud? What is on-prem, and the advantages of the cloud? And we're also going to see how we can set up the Azure account and Azure subscription as part of the cloud introduction. And then we're going to see the overview of the services. And then I told you we are going to provide the solution for storage and processing. The starting of the week, we are going to talk about Azure data storages, where we are going to have a different varieties of the formats of the data. Like we'll be having structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. All the varieties of the data we are going to process as part of our data storages platform. So once the storages is completed, then our actual journey of data engineering is going to be started here. The Azure Data Factory. As per this diagram, I told you data ingestion is the first primary responsibility before doing a data transformation. So once you have done this data ingestion, then only we recommend to go for data transformation. And let me come back to here. For that, we are going to use Azure Data Factory. We are going to talk about introduction of data factory, ETL versus ELT, and why Azure Data Factory and what are the components of the Azure Data Factory. Like we are going to spend time with the link services, integration runtimes, how we can design the pipelines, what are the different types of loads we're having, like full load and incremental load, sequential, batch load, all those things we are going to talk as part of this. And we have a varieties of the use cases that we are going to see. And we're also going to see one mini project as part of this Azure Data Factory in the week 2. So if you can do that, then you can easily do your metadata driven pipelines. So we need to work when we give a solution, that solution work for any kind of table or any kind of file for doing a data ingestion. So that we are going to see as part of your Azure Data Factory. So once that is done, then we are going to start talking about the basics. I told you prerequisites for data engineering. For doing a data ingestion, we don't need a SQL background. We don't need a Python background. It is completely user interface tool. So we don't need that at that particular point of time. But when you go for data transformation, when you wanted to go for data transformation, then definitely you required prerequisites. So those prerequisites are going to be covered in the week 3, where you'll be having a SQL basics, and we're going to cover like DDL and DML operations, aggregate functions, how we can group the data, how we can join the two tables, and subqueries, common table expressions, and how we can apply data cleansing transformations and window functions, string functions, article functions. All these things is going to be covered as part of the SQL. So this is not pure SQL. We are not going to work as a SQL developer. We are going to work as a primarily as a data engineer. Whatever is required for data engineer, that I'm just going to cover right from the basic to little advanced level. That is more enough for us. And in the same week, we're also going to cover Python basics, like how we can define the variables, operators, data types, operators in the different kind of arithmetic operators, logical varieties of the operators we're going to come across here, and how we can work with the strings, indexing, slicing, and different data types, collection data types that we're going to see as part of the Python basics, dictionaries, how we can use the built-in functions, how we can define the functions, control flows, how we can control the flow of execution that we're going to see. And we have a lambda functions, how we can use them uh, as part of the Python basics that we're going to see. And also in the 4th week, the actual data transformation is going to be started, where we're going to start talking about Spark introduction. So how the Spark was evolved on top of our Hadoop platform, that I'm going to talk about it. So in order to go for data transformations, we have a RDDs. This is a least priority for doing a transformation. Presently, market is not using that, but I'll just walk you through for
Tiene
interview
algo,
point
la
of
vieja
view.
tiene algo que es.
And we have
Perdón.
a data frames. So data
Hey,
frames.
oh, sorry, Bhaskar, accidentally I muted all. You can unmute. Bhaskar, I just accidentally muted all. You can unmute.
Yeah, thank you. So after this, RDD is least priority, not even 3 to 5% is using in the market, but in the interview point of view, there is a chances to ask about RDD. So I'm going to cover RDD also. And data frames is much more important. That is the Both are going to use the PySpark only. And data frames is very important that we're going to see. We're going to talk about it. And then introduction to Azure Databricks and how we can create a free edition of Databricks to do your practice. We're going to talk about it. And little more in detail about your Azure Databricks, how we can create a workspace, clusters, what do you mean by catalog, how we can deal with the file system with Databricks file system, tables, Hive Metastore. This is also going to be decommissioned, and we are going to have a Unity catalog in place of that. We are going to talk about even Unity catalog also. And when you go for storage, you will be having a volume also in the present Databricks editions, and how we can deal with that. We are going to see like with the different commands with the Databricks utilities. And as I said, RDD will be covered here. We have a how we can read the data from the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen2 into your Databricks, how we can make a connectivity with the mounting, Spark actions, transformations, what do you mean by lazy evaluation and fault tolerance that we are going to see as part of the RDD. The same concepts will be common for even a data frame that we are going to see in the week 5. So 2 weeks are there for data bricks. I mean, PySpark will be taken for 2 weeks. And data frames, how we can do a data transformation with the help of data frame. It is very, very, very important. 90% of the market is using a data frame APIs only in order to do the data transformation. In the same week, we are also going to cover the Spark SQL. When I'm talking about the data frame, I always take data frame versus Spark SQL. So both will be covered here itself. And how we can create a tables like with the UI, if you want to create it. Generally, we don't recommend to create a table with the UI, but I'll just walk you through how we can do it. So Delta Lake, I told you, your Delta tables will be there in the Delta Lake. We need to load the data into the Delta Lake only. The Delta Lake and Lakehouse both are same. Lakehouse and Delta Lake both are same. Okay, only the naming standard will change. So we'll be having managed tables, external tables, and how we can create a managed tables and how we can create a external tables. We are going to see. And I told you medallion architecture that we are going to come across bronze, silver, and gold at the time of project. We are going to see that. And we can schedule your Databricks jobs with Azure Data Factory mostly. And if you wanted to do it with Azure Databricks, how we can do it, we'll see. On Delta Live Tables, Unity Catalog, we are going to talk as part of the Databricks. In the 5th week, we are going to start talking about Microsoft Fabric. By this time, you will be habituated for Data Factory. You will be habituated with Azure Databricks so that we can speed up here as we already know many things. It's just going to be navigation slightly changes, but I feel 80 to 90% is same. Okay, so in Fabric, we are going to see how we can create a Fabric lakehouses and how we can read the data from the different places with different options that we are going to see. Like we have a varieties of the components in the Fabric. Like if you go to Fabric, so different items we are having, like we have a lakehouse, we have a notebook, we have a variable library, we have a pipeline. Okay, so these 4 are important for Fabric. When you get a project to work with the Fabric, they made it much more simpler when you compare with Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks platform. Okay, so and we have a data flow Gen2. Okay, and yeah, so many options are available here. Depends on your requirement. You can take it semantic model, SQL warehouse. Okay, so whatever you require that you can take it. Okay, so majority of the times we use Lakehouse, Notebook, Variable Library, and Pipeline. These 4 are essential for us. And data flow Gen2 also is there, but data flow Gen2 depends on the size of the data we recommend to go. If you have a very less volume of data, then we can go for this. Otherwise, we recommend to go with the pipeline to ingest the data. Pipeline for ingesting, notebook for doing a transformation, lakehouse for data storage, and variable library for common activities, common variables for for doing a smooth deployment, we recommend to go for variable library, which is recently introduced in the Microsoft Fabric. So in my current project, we are using all together. I will take you through how we are going to do it. So that will be covered as part of this Microsoft Fabric. In the week 7, we are going to start talking about Microsoft Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, how we can, I mean, how we can read the data from the dimension tables and fact tables, how we can make a relationship. If you see here, I made the relationship between the tables because your lakehouses are not going to support to have a relationship between the table. They are not like a database. They are not like a database like your OLTP systems. Your OLTP systems will be having a relationship between the tables, but whereas in a lakehouse is not going to have the relationships. Those relationships need to be handled in the in the in the in the modeling in the reporting side, or they need to write a joins. We need to apply joins to bring the data accordingly. So that we are going to see as part of this Microsoft Power BI to model the data and how we can use the DAX, how we can create a reports and dashboards that we are going to see. In the last week, the 8th week is the essential. Whatever you learn till 7th week is going to be reiterated in the week 8 in the form of project. So if we can do this project, I'm sure you can do as an individual developer, you can handle a complete data engineering project. Okay, so that I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how we can do it. That I'll show you as part of Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks. The same thing you have to try with the Fabric environment. Okay, so most of the things will be similar and you have to handle with the Microsoft Fabric. So if you can do it again, I'm saying here how we can mask your credentials. Okay, so how we can create a dynamic link services, dynamic data sets, and dynamic pipelines means metadata driven pipelines, how you can drive it from the outside. Okay, so more dynamic and more complexity that we are going to touch as part of the week 8 in terms of real time project. Okay, so this is what we are going to cover in 8 weeks of the course. So it may go for little more, but it is not going to be less than 8 weeks. It may extend up to one more week. Also depends on the people who is going to ask a questions. So that will kill the regular time. So it may extend little time. Okay, so this is briefly about it, and whatever I'm showing in front of this particular screen, you will get as a material. And for doing your entire practice, like you'll be having sample data will be provided. Okay, and material will be provided, and recording access will be provided, and all these things will be controlled by Lakshmi only. So you can check with the Lakshmi related to access anything, any stuff that you wanted to access it. But these things will be provided. Whatever I'm going to show you, whatever I'm going to demonstrate as part of our regular session and project, that will be provided to your hand so that you can do your same use cases. Okay, so I wanted to take the questions. Let me take the questions from the chat first.
Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah,
Lakshmi.
I will also just continue for 5 minutes, and then we
Yeah,
can take the questions one by one. Yeah,
yeah, please. Yeah,
let
please.
me share the screen. Yeah. Thank you very much, Bhaskar, for giving the practical insights. Actually, I also got very good insights, like from end to end, like from the business to the business users, how important it is for the data engineers to act and then transform the data, ingesting the data. Good. So coming to the materials recording, I thought maybe we can share the current batch is going on. My dear students, there is one batch already going on, and I will just show you not the Gen AI. We do a lot of training programs as well. As Bhaskar said, I will be controlling the drive. And let me share, not the, if I just type here Azure February batch. Okay, if I just say February batch, which we already completed, you can see all the things. But we have restructured the training program and everything. So, but this is close to 40 days class right now. Bhaskar is teaching one batch, which started in the month of May 2026, not the Tech BA, this is the one. And you can see right now we completed 14 days. You see here, Azure Data Storage. Each and every class, you will be, after the class, we are going to upload the material and the recording, material and recording. For example, Azure Data Factory introduction. And then this is the material and this is the recording. So you are going to open the material and then you understand how you build the Azure Data Factory step by step with the pictures. He will be explaining the same thing. And then you watch the recording and you do the hands-on assignment. You see here, he was talking about, and then practically he will be practically doing all the setup, and then you are going to do it by watching the recording at your end. So like that, we are going to progress for 8 weeks. So the batch is confirmed to start from coming Friday, Friday in the Friday morning time for USA. Like for okay, let me write the timings. So that's the schedule for this upcoming batch is USA. It is starting from 4th of June. 4th of June. The timing is going to be 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that is Eastern Standard Time. When you say Eastern Standard Time, your New York and other regions, that comes into the Eastern Standard Time. So for USA, we have Central Time as well. So 1 hour behind 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. CST, Central Time, like Texas area. So the days is going to be Sunday to Thursday, meaning that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days a week, 5 days, and we go for 8 weeks. This is for students who will be joining. We do get students across the globe from USA, UK, Canada. So for the students from USA and Canada, these are the timings. So starting from 4th of June, it's a Thursday. It's more of a warm up, actually. This is a warm up session, which we are going to do it in this coming week. And from next week, it's going to be full on. So, and then people who are interested to join from India, oops, it's a little bit, this is going on. So people who are joining from India, so it is morning time, early morning time. So the classes are going to be Monday to Friday. So the classes are going to be Monday to Friday, and the timing is going to be 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, IST, 7:30 a.m. And for students who are joining from Australia, it's the same thing, Monday to Friday. We are 4.5 hours ahead. I mean, people join from Australia. So our timing is going to be 11 o'clock to 12 p.m. In case if any of you miss any live class, so you always have the live class recording as a backup. You go to the Google Drive and then you're going to get it. So all of you are going to get a welcome email with the live Zoom link. For example, the current batch, if I just type here Azure, Zoom and the Drive links. So something like this, once you register, once you make the payment, register for the training. So you're going to get an email where you're going to join the live Zoom classes and access the materials and recording. Just you click here and you will have everything. And as Bhaskar said, we have the assignments as a separate folder. And then in the assignment folder, we are going to give you the sample data and all the stuff like this. And at the middle of, like, we completed, for example, we have done around 11 classes and we helped the students to do a mini project already. A mini project already they have done. And by the way, we have the mini project uploaded in the YouTube as well. So you're most welcome. Okay, let me share the sound.
The main branch. So there means DevOps team.
So this is the mini project from end to end for the ADF.
If you're a parent of a high school student, here's a harsh reality about success in school. We're a quarter of the
I'm having inside this.
So you can watch it from the beginning till end.
And this
So Bhaskar explained. Practical
is
way.
responsible.
It's all completely
to get the
hands-on. Each and every topic will be explained in a practical way so that you can practice it. So if you guys want to watch like how you joined the demo, you can also watch the recording here. Cool. And if any of you want to connect with me directly, my number is +61 41251 6364 is my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. And if anyone want to cross check, you can open. This number is always with me. +61 is the number. You just go to Google and just type my WhatsApp number, and you will get at least close to 10 plus pages. Okay, team. And then this is my LinkedIn. And Bhaskar also has good credibility. So Bhaskar's LinkedIn as well. And all my trainers are working professionals having extensive working knowledge. So when we learn from the people who are really working, so then we learn the real-time activities, what is happening on the ground. That's important. Okay, team. And then you will be having access to the CV templates towards the end of the training. For example, if I just open February 2026, so you will be having access to the not assignments. Somewhere, yeah. So you will be having access to the sample CVs. They are the ATS friendly CVs, and you will be given access to the interview question and answers. And then once the interview is scheduled, one-to-one interview guidance will be there. You can apply for the jobs that I post here. You can apply for the jobs that we post on the LinkedIn as well. So for example, this post is Ireland, or you can just say Azure Data Remote. This is like a repository. Yeah, 100% report, actively hiring 2 freelancing train. Oh, this is for the, yeah, this is a trainer. I was hiring actually. Yeah. So you can see all the jobs, global jobs, even 2025. This is Tech Mahindra. I worked in Tech Mahindra. I know her, and looking for the data engineers, SQL, Python, PySpark. These are all the regular key skills. People who are from Australia, just open Seek, and then just type here Azure Data Engineer, and then just type here, and you can see here 2 data engineers, Azure Data Stack. You see here, ETL, ELT pipelines, developing the solution, designing the data pipelines. You can see the environment as well. Synapse, PySpark, SQL, ETL, ELD, Bronze. This is the one. So deep hands-on experience, SQL. So students from other parts of the world also, like if you're from India, you can open Naukri, or if you're from, sorry, if you're from Azure Data Engineer, Azure Data, sorry here. If you're from USA, just type here USA, United States, search. So this is just one of the platform. So you can apply for all these data engineer jobs, data engineer, 12 months fixed one. Oh, it's coming. Sorry, it got reset to this. Yeah, Azure Databricks, data engineer, multiple levels, remote jobs. A lot of remote jobs are also coming up. CVS Health, data engineer, all those things you see here. Design, ETL, ingesting, processing, transformation. That's what we learned, right? At a high level, we got an understanding what exactly the data engineer performance, best tuning, SQL, ETL pipelines, Azure, or you can apply for junior roles as well, junior data engineers. Because of the evolution of the AI and then the business, everything they need the data. So now the data engineers are high in demand. Now, so this is about our training. Our classes are confirmed to start. Whoever wants to register, please message me on my WhatsApp number. I'm sending it to you again. +614125163664 is my number. Or already all of you connected from our company portal, you can message to the company as well, and then we will be messaging. We will be getting the messages like this on our CRM tool. Okay, and it's all the data is safe and secure. We use this. Okay, we do everything legally. It's a legal organization based out of Australia. Okay, this is my company registration. And so Agile Coaching. Okay, located in Australia. Cool. Now, what we will do, we will, okay, there is a, I hope all of you, so whoever is interested, you guys can join. We created a WhatsApp group. You can join the WhatsApp group as well. So you can click on that link and you can join the WhatsApp group. Now we will take the questions one by one. So whoever is having question, let us follow the discipline. I know most of you will be having a lot of questions. Please raise your hand and we will go one by one. Thank you. Sorry, Bhaskar, you said that you want to cover the questions from the chat first. Then we will take the questions from individuals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you please quickly check the questions from the chat?
Yeah. I'm just sharing my screen again, and let me take a chart. So there is a question: when we bring all the data into ADF, there should be so many problems in the transfer, right? So there will be no problem because we are doing a transformation with Databricks, not with the data factory. So data factory just ingest the data, and later we are going to do the transformation. We are going to talk about it. Okay. 7, that is what exactly we want. Also Python, I guess, yes. Several users are data repository of the particular business. In Oracle database, from several users. Okay, so wherever the transaction data is going to be there, we are going to bring it. So once we bring it, then we are going to start doing a data cleansing. It depends on the requirement. Okay, and I'm trying to understand the diagram of ETL. That is fine. What is the difference between bronze, silver, and gold? I have given some details about it. Like bronze is going to have a replication of your source system, and whereas silver is going to have a cleansed data at the detail level, and gold layer is going to have a aggregated data. So that we discussed about it, and we are going to see practically at the time of working. I mean, at the time of our regular sessions. Refining 3 layers is right. So structured tables will be there. That is true. Yeah, someone has given the answer for that. So star schema, I'll talk about it. Like you'll be having a fact table and dimension tables, having a relationship between them. We are going to have a talk about it. Like if you take this model is a snowflake schema because this table is not having direct relationship with this table. Okay, so since we are not having direct relationship, and we can say, like, since we have a two fact tables, this is a galaxy schema actually. Okay, so how this star schema is going to be there is something like if I take, let me add the related tables. So this is going to be a star schema. Okay, so direct relationship with the fact table. If dimension tables are having a direct relationship with the fact table, so that kind of table, that kind of schema, we can say it is a star schema. And we are going to talk about it and we are going to implement. Okay, so Jupyter Notebook, we are not going to use it. We are going to take a Azure Databricks notebook for doing for creating a notebooks. The course content as said already. I think many questions are for course content is there. Okay, so you can check with the Lakshmi about your fees.
So I got a question. Can I go ahead?
No, just 1 minute, please.
1 minute, please. So important certification for this is DP 700 for data engineering, where you will be having a questions from the Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft is extensively forcing people to do it only DP 700 because they wanted to have their own platform for data engineering. So this part, DP 700 is going to cover this particular part. But data engineering, whatever we are going to see, that also is going to be there as part of it. So previously it was the DP 203, and it was decommissioned, and now we have a DP700 for data engineering. Also, could you guide us to how we can keep in touch with these tools? Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a completed till you get the job. You will be having always in touch with whatever the tools that we are going to say is like ADLS Gen2. You are going to always in touch with that, and Azure SQL Server and Azure Data Factory. So how is my voice, guys, for others? Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks and Microsoft Fabric. So always once you enter into the Microsoft platform, I'm sure you're always going to keep in touch with these items. So these services are the primary services for data engineers. So that we are going to see. Can we use mini project in our resume? I'll talk about it, not mini project. We can keep our complete end-to-end project is the right in the 8th week. The mini project is going to cover only data ingestion, but your complete project is going to cover this. The final project is going to cover right from the source to your reporting. So till then it is going to be there. You can keep in your profile. I'll tell you how you can keep it in your profile. So project description may be anything, but the way of implementation for any kind of domain, sales domain or retail domain, healthcare, everything will be the same kind of approach that you're going to do it. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can keep those things in your profile. Okay, so is latest certification really well? So definitely, but basically some companies are going to schedule or shortlist your profile only if you have a certification. So in that point of view, yes, certification is important. But working point of view, I'm sure certification will not help you to do your work, but certification will help you to shortlist your profile. Okay, and
yes,
Bhaskar,
yeah, you
can you
can
go
ask.
back? Sorry to interrupt you. Can you go back on this last screen? I want to check. Yeah, ADLS Gen2, Azure SQL, Azure Data. Okay, so this is what we are going to cover in this
yes,
data.
majority of the time we are going to use this. And there is Azure Key Vault also is there, but it is just basic thing only.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take. So somebody joined, I think, with the name Motorola. It says Moto. Yeah, you can ask. Somebody raised the hand, right? You can unmute and ask.
Yes. Hi. How are you? Thank you for this information.
No problem at all. So what's your name? I don't want to call you Motorola. I know the name of the device. What is your name, sir?
My name is Nasir. Nasir.
Oh, Nasir. Okay, you're from Canada, USA?
I am from Canada, yes.
You're from Canada. Okay, Nasir. I think we spoke. Yeah, but you can ask.
My questions, because I have experience in this type of IT courses before, and the problem that all my colleagues in the class, they have background of IT. And
not really. We cannot just blindly assume we don't know. Yeah, but you can ask. Yeah, go ahead.
That's why I don't get like the full information correctly, and that affects that I skip that class because all the people, they have the background of the knowledge. I cannot continue with them. Is that happen the same thing here or no?
Not really. All our training programs are very beginner friendly, Nasir. And whatever the class that you attended is more like a overview. When the actual class starts, we are going to teach from the basics. Let's say, for example, before you want to watch a movie, right? You want to get the feel of the movie. What do? You just open the trailer. So that trailer will just give you the gist of the film, whether it is an action movie, how the director is presenting, is it really engaging? That is also the main intention of today's class. We want to give you the feel, how the trainer is teaching and how it is being structured, everything. That's the main intention. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to have like background of IT. Am I right?
It's good to have, but if you are from non-IT background, maybe you have to keep extra efforts to understand. Maybe others simply watch the recording and do the hands-on activity. You may watch the recording. You may have to watch the recording 2 times and get into this. And if you are from non-IT, and maybe we can have from one-to-one discussion, you can message me on my WhatsApp. Happy to give you the career guidance based on your background, but not here.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
IT background.
Right. Maybe you can pick up some less technical roles like we have tech business analyst or a agile product ownership and all those stuff, and where a lot of students they got into good jobs. So we can talk.
Okay,
You can
I'm sorry.
message.
Yeah, that is okay. That is okay. Thank you. I want to
All right.
save you. I have a last questions. That what the difference between data analysis and data engineering? What the difference? Is the same thing or different? What happened here?
No, if it is the same thing, we don't need to do two terms. They're different, as just Bhaskar explained, right? Engineering is more about how do we structuring, cleaning, loading, and everything. Analysis is about, okay, we have the data now. What the data? How do you read the data? What it indicates? For example, how many number of you are running a business? How many where the business is doing well, where the business is not doing well. Let's say, for example, you want to understand whether the customers are happy with your services, and you float a survey, and then that survey shows that out of 10, most of the customer ranked your service as 1 or 2. It indicates that they are not happy. And if you're not taking any action, what will happen? At some point of time, you have to shut down your business. So from that data, you are able to analyze that the customers are not happy. So to make them happy, you have to do some retrospections and you have to take some data-driven decisions. Maybe you have to give some complementary services or you take some actions, you train the staff. So that's more about the analysis. It should help you to analyze the things and make the things better. You should be in a position to understand what is going well, what is not going well. For that, I need to have a visualized data, right?
Okay, that is good. Thank you. I will be on touch with you in the WhatsApp. Okay.
Yes, you can message me and then I can definitely give you right career guidance. This I think the way you sounded, this could be a little bit technical for you, but definitely we have the other options as well.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Nasir.
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Okay. Just Nilesh, 1 minute. Nilesh, 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. A good approach is always when someone is talking, we should allow the other person to complete and then we can respond. Thank you. All right. Okay. We'll go one by one. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Nilesh. You can unmute and ask.
So how many transformation you are covering in ADF?
In ADF, we will not be having a transformation. This is just going to be data ingestion. Your data transformation is going to be part
but
of.
in syllabus yesterday are there, so that's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have a transformations here, but we do not recommend you to do it. We do transformations in the Databricks. Okay, so I'll talk about even the reasons also why people are going for doing a data transformation with the Databricks. Okay, so if you do data transformation here, it will take very longer time and it is purely user interface, and there are many things which are not possible to do it with the data factory. So as per the market, we are going to take you through that. Okay. So you have to concentrate on the 70%, it's not on this particular thing.
Hi, Bhaskar.
Yeah.
This is Ashok Dasri from USA.
Yeah.
So I
Hello,
have 8+ years of experience in SSIS. I just wanted to move to the modern pipeline like Azure Databricks and data ADF. So is there any difference between SSIS and ADF?
SSIS is a traditional, right? So it will not handle the unstructured, it will not handle semi-structured data, and you cannot handle with the big data platform. So
yeah, correct.
Whereas in data factory handles the big data.
Yeah, in
Okay, so
SSIS, we just load the data from different sources and then we apply transformations and
yes,
then load
yes,
the data. But
yes.
in modern technologies, right? Are we completely replacing SSIS with the ADF, or do we need Databricks for transformations?
No, data factory alone is not going to replace your SSIS. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so SSIS is completely traditional, and even they're not giving updates from the SSIS. But I can say Fabric is replacing your SSIS Synapse. Okay,
Okay.
so one platform we are going to have from the Microsoft, that is Fabric, Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so
Oh.
Data Factory also we can say Data Factory plus Databricks replaces your SSIS.
Like in SSIS, we use a couple of transformations, right? Sort and merge,
Yes,
all.
yes.
So
Yes.
are we going to use similar transformations in?
Yeah, this is also ETL only. We are going to do extraction, transformation, and loading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with the modern approach.
Okay.
Okay, even if you go for Hadoop, also does the same thing. Hadoop also does your ETL only. Your SSIS also does ETL, but SSIS supports only the very less volume of data, no parallel processing, and when you go for Hadoop, it supports parallel processing, but you have to write too many lines of the code. It is purely code. But when it comes to modern data engineering platform, we don't need to write the code. And even if you go for Databricks to write the code, it is very less number of lines you're going to write it.
Yeah, in my company, what they are doing, so ADF is only using for job triggering and all, scheduling and everything, and other things like transformations and all, they are using Databricks only.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Maybe they're not doing a data ingestion because some upstream system was already ingested the data. So because of that reason, they're doing directly transformation. If data is available in the lake, then we can do data transformation directly. If data is not there in the lake, then we have to go for transformations with the Databricks. And in your project, you are using Data Factory for doing a scheduling.
Yeah. So will you cover Kafka real-time
No.
data processing? No, right?
Kafka is not part of Azure platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, good. Thank you, Ashok. So someone joined with the name DevOps. So you messaged me, but I didn't get your name.
Oh yeah, it's me. Yeah. So my name is Godfrey. Yes, I got the text, so I joined the call. Very interesting presentation. Now I got a couple of questions. First off, with this new AI thing swirling around Azure data engineering stuff, is there any AI factor to this training that the instructor will be giving?
Yes, Bhaskar is introducing AI wherever is really required. For example, I think, I'm not sure if you are part of the entire class today. He showed, for example, when we want to generate the code, we can make use of that Gen AI button to generate the code where you can just prompt according to the context and it will automatically generate the code. However, we are not really super encouraging the students from the day one to use the AI because you will get used to it and you won't be learning. Our mind will become a bit lazy because everything AI will be doing. So you should understand the context. You should understand the full scenario first, understand the logic. Then you can make use of the AI to deliver your work much more quicker towards the end. But yes, that part is being covered.
All right. So basically the tools that we need to be able to, let's say, because a lot of companies are drifting towards AI, obviously. So at the end of the course, if we go for interview or anything, then we should be able to also speak to AI during the interview, obviously, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
AI is part of not only the data engineer, it is part of the project manager, it is part of the cybersecurity professional, part of everybody. But how well we use it and in what context we use, it all depends on role to role. So this AI replacing some roles, AI for majority of the roles, it is really helping them to do the job wisely.
Now, the other question I have is how much practical versus theory will this course entail? Are we doing project-based use cases, getting our hands dirty, or we are just listening to the instructor?
80% is the practical hands-on completely. This is less theory. So today we just explained the concept. But if you open, maybe Bhaskar, let me share my screen. Yeah. I'm sharing my screen, and maybe let's just quickly, you pick up any from Bhaskar's previous class. I'm just picking up randomly, for example, reading data from multiple tables. Yeah, just a double click. So Bhaskar is going to explain the concept and what is the importance, why we have to read from the multiple tables, blah, blah, blah. And you should be able to understand how to read. Yeah, so he's going to clearly explain in the class how to read the
Okay,
data
so
from
always
the tables.
recommended to
And
you're
he's
not supposed
practically doing it, all this stuff in from the tables.
to.
And then you are going to do the practice at your own end. And you will have a dedicated support on the WhatsApp group also. We have the WhatsApp group already created. Hope you joined. And yeah, you can always ask questions, read the material. It's completely 100% practical. Not only this,
Okay.
all our training programs are 100% practical. That's why I named my company as hands-on. Outside companies, most of them, they are teaching the theory and then helping the people with certification. They say that, oh, you are a certified project manager, you are a certified engineer, but that will not help us to clear the interview or to do your job efficiently. So unless you
Okay.
practically do it on your own, you won't get that confidence to handle the interview and job.
Right. I know I joined the class late. So how much is the cost for this training?
The cost is $550 US, and you can pay that in 2 installment like 300 and 250.
Okay. And when do we officially start the course?
It is starting from next Friday, next Thursday evening, Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Oh, 9 p.m. Eastern, from 9 to 10?
9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
from
Yes.
USA? Which part of USA?
No, I'm in the Eastern. I'm in Canada.
You are in Canada. Okay, right. Okay, let me open the Canada
But
flyer.
I'm in the Eastern time, so.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the
Okay.
Canada time. You can see 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Ottawa time zone, starting from
Oh,
4th of
okay.
June, goes
All
for
right.
entire June and entire July, 8 weeks, covering all these practical stuff, end
Okay.
to end.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I have for now, obviously.
Right.
So
Yep.
we hope to get in contact.
Yeah,
And
sure.
in the WhatsApp group, there's the link to reach out for the payment, and everything will be shared over there.
Oh, payment, you can, no, the payments we don't really discuss there. So, but we have the official payment gateway links. So this is the Canadian payment gateway. Like, for example,
Okay.
if you want, yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to click and then you just message us. We'll send you the link. And then let's say you want to pay $400 and then you give the details and everything. And then it will come to my company portal. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Okay,
All right.
everything is in neat and clean. Even if you see here, for example, I'm just opening here. Let's say, for example, you see here 200 pounds Lansana paid, and then this is from UK pounds. So directly we'll be getting directly to the company account. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. All good, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. Ashok, I still see you raise your hand. You still have any further questions? Are you clear?
Yes.
I assume you're okay. So somebody from iPhone joined from iPhone, raise the hand. I'm not seeing the name, but I just see as iPhone. Okay, all good. I assume you're okay as well. Right. Whoever has any question, oh, Sujit, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi.
Sujit.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm at home. Yeah. So yeah. So in presentation we like you mentioned the big data as a source. So are we going to cover like relational tables as a source in?
Yeah, we are going to cover all three varieties of the data: structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Bhaskar.
All
Thank
good.
you.
Just for your information, Team Bhaskar took extra 2 classes in the last 3 weeks. He took extra 2 classes voluntarily to answer the questions, to support the team with the hands-on assignments. So that's how we are passionate in really improving the skills and then helping them to achieve the goals. And another good thing about our services is you can join multiple times without any extra charges. Like you can join this batch, you can join. So our motto is join multiple times till you become confident. without any extra charges. And we also do the cyber security is coming up. Whoever want to go into the security area, like GRC analyst, SOC analyst, or penetration testing, we have that training program as well. Completely 3 months training program, completely practical. I mean, that's another training program. You will be using the Kali Linux, vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, GRC activities. That's one thing. And if you want to go into the project management, we do the Scrum Master, product owner, project management. Those is the thing. And if you want to go into the tech business analyst, so we have all these training programs available in case if you or any of your friends are interested. So just please reach out to me. Just checking. Why is everybody joining from Canada? It is deep recession. Nobody is hiring there, especially temporary migrants. It depends, Prakash, right? Our company is using Informatica. Will this knowledge concepts? Okay, Bhaskar, yeah, okay, you answered it. Anyone, any questions? Please feel free to ask. No question is small, big. Don't worry that other people are asking some smart questions. They are from IT. I'm not from non-IT. Don't worry about others. If you have, just ask. We are here. And if you're not comfortable asking here, you can also message me directly on my WhatsApp number. That's my direct number, or you can message on our company number. Definitely we can support you. What kind of real-time project will we be using? Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, used in this project. So Bhaskar, can you just quickly give insight what kind of end-to-end project towards week 8?
Yeah, it's a completely sales domain that we're going to take care. Let me share my screen back again.
Yes, yes.
Like if you see in this 8 week, whatever the data it is, maybe it is a sales, or maybe it is retail or banking, okay, or supply chain, whatever it is, okay. So you will be having a data. The data is going to be in terms of numbers, text, and characters. You will be having dates. Okay, so we are going to show you how we can deal with any kind of data if you give it to the process. I mean, it has to process by its own. Whatever the number of tables it is coming, if I give a solution for single table, that has to work for all the tables. Okay, so here we are going to show you how we can read the data from 3 different source systems like SFTP, okay, and MySQL and SQL Server. So at least if we know 2 or 3 different source systems, that is more enough. And you can connect to any kind of source system, depends on your requirement. So how we can create a dynamic connections, because you may have a data in multiple SFTP systems, or you may have a multiple MySQL systems, or you may have a data in multiple SQL servers. So in that case, how you're going to handle it? We need to create a solution to bring data from any kind of SQL servers. Only I need to provide the server details, connection details, and table details. So those things we can call them as a metadata. So we are going to create a metadata driven project. So all the 3 layers we are going to cover: bronze, silver, and gold, and how we can apply transformations, and how we can bring the data from one layer to other layer, that we're going to cover, which is sales domain with sample data I'm going to show you. Okay.
Someone asking
okay, so
blob storage.
Yes. Sorry, Lakshmi, go ahead.
No, someone asked Azure blob storage covered.
Yeah. So Azure blob storage is also going to be covered. Okay. Generally, blob storage is not going to be used for our data engineers. We are going to use Data Lake Storage Gen2, which is specifically designed for big data processing. I'll give a context of the storage platform, how it is going to work in Microsoft Azure, and so that you'll get better clarity. And there is one more thing. Can you elaborate a bit on this Informatica point of view? So see, Informatica also is the ETL tool, and whereas your Azure Data Factory and Databricks also is Informatica tool. The only difference is Informatica is not having capabilities for doing a big data processing. Maybe not sure about it right away, but as per my knowledge, very starting of my career, I just touched the Informatica. So whereas in Data Factory and Databricks, we can handle massive volume of data and varieties of the data, and we have a cluster to run the jobs parallelly. I mean, your processing will go in parallel, so it will be more faster than your any traditional ETL tools in the market. Yeah, I think I answered all questions.
Right. Any final questions, team, before we close the session? The classes are confirmed.
I have a question. Yeah, so I forgot one question. Sorry, it's me again. Now I know everything is within the Azure environment, right? So are we gonna handle topics like maybe how the service principal interacts with Databricks and say Azure RBAC and Unity Catalog stuff? Because the data is in the cloud, are we gonna be structuring or covering those topics?
Yeah, so basically when you come for data security point of view, you will be having a different teams to handle it. The access things will be handled by infra team or DevOps team, like providing access for your catalog or RBAC users, how they're going to add. So that will be purely related to administration side. But as part of our training, we are going to do completely development activities. And as a data engineer, we need to get the access for Unity Catalog. As a data engineer, we need to get the access for Data Factory and Databricks. These kind of things only we are going to do. But generally, that will be handled by admin team. We are not responsible for that.
Okay. So in other words, if in a real job scenario, we will get the service principal and the admin to grant us access to anything security related. We're just responsible for the data side of things. Am I correct?
Yes, you're right. You're right. But we are going to use the Unity catalog for setting up all the data, because data sits in your metadata sits in a Unity catalog. But control will be controlled by administrators.
Oh, okay. So we're not responsible for handling the service principal or anything like that.
No. Okay. So nowadays we are not going to use service principal, especially for data engineer. We have a database connector. We have it right presently. But those whatever it is related to infra activities like creation of the data factory or creation of connectivity between two storage systems or something like that, service principles, those will be handled by infra team. But wherever it is required, that we are going to come across, like in our practice, we have to set up data factory. That means this is purely related to administrator role. But to practice ourselves, we need to have an environment. We have to set up the environment. So up to some level, I'm going to touch, but not completely administrator level that we are going to touch as part of this particular sessions.
Okay, Pascal, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Rupali, what certification we can show? So we can go for the latest one in the market is the Azure Microsoft Fabric one.
Yeah,
Rupali.
DP700. Yeah, we can show it in a profile, your certification. So that will help you to shortlist your profile. But this training will help you to go into the job. I mean, clearing the interviews, working at the time of working, your training will be helpful.
Correct.
All right. Thank you, Bhaskar. Bhaskar, what certification you said? It's DB700 or what? I didn't get it.
DP700. DP700. Let me keep in a chart.
Yeah, please. All right. P. I got it. I was thinking P. DP700. I got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Preet, you were asking some questions. Sorry, somebody I think interrupted or just jumped.
Yeah,
so you were just asking
message in the chat. I got
right
the
in the chat.
answer,
You
so,
got the answer, right? So
yeah,
we are going to
thank you.
teach. You don't need to have any prerequisite as such. Having the programming background added advantage, but there is no prerequisite as such. We are going to teach the Python and SQL also. We are dedicating 1 week, and along with the practicals for that. That should be good enough.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all good. Cost of DP700, I think around $160. Bhaskar, what's the latest
Yeah,
cost?
up to $200, I guess. Not exactly sure,
Yes.
but not more than $200.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Sri, do you have a question you can ask? I think so. You can unmute.
Bhaskar, my question, like, are we, once we are done with this training of 8 weeks, are we going to clear this? Like, I am not sure because I'm completely out of now IT background. It's been long. I've been working on a non-technical part. So I hope it is not going to be that difficult to clear. Like, what would be the company name, like, on which this certification would be provided?
Which is from Microsoft only. Certification will be provided by Microsoft. Like TP700 is from Microsoft.
I got it. Okay. Thank you. I
Yeah,
hope it
thank you.
is not going to be that difficult to clear.
Of course. And one more thing is clearing certification is differs. Okay, so working is differs. And
I
there are many
know,
dumps.
but
Like,
in
we can go through the
screenshots.
dumps and we can clear also.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have to go through the dumps before attempting an interview. I mean, before attempting certification.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think we are done, Lakshmi.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, actually, we planned for 1 hour, 30
if
minutes.
it's
We
okay.
went to, yeah, final question, Sri. Sri, are you from India or from USA, Canada? Which part of the world?
Actually, I'm from Canada, actually.
You're from Canada, Sri. Okay, all good. Yeah. So to ask your question, Sri.
Yeah. So, like here in the job market, everyone is asking for 5-year experience minimum for Azure data engineering. So, how can we, show that kind of experience?
With the hands-on activities that you are going to gain, easily 3 to 5 years you can keep in the CV. But how do you play individually? It differs from background to background. Let's say, for example, some students, it's an open, bitter truth. I shouldn't be telling on the recording, but 90%, 95% of the people are tweaking the CV just to meet the job responsibilities so that they get the interview call and then they get into the game. So for that, how you tweak it differs from person to person. Some people they keep consulting firm. Some people they mention, for example, I'm working in ABC Technologies as a project manager. So rather than keeping just only as a project manager, I said that okay, data lead for the project or a project manager for the data lead, and I have been doing the data engineer activities as well. So within the organization, or maybe you can keep some consulting firm name who can give some referrals, or maybe if you have any friends who are running any consulting firms, you can reach them. So you have to see different options. You can message or call me. We can discuss in detail. Better not to discuss these things on the recording, Sri.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I have your number. Yeah, I'll call
You
you.
have my number. Yeah, you can call me, Sri. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah. Take care.
Yep. Prakash, all recruiters say tweak and match keywords all over world. Yeah, exactly, Prakash. That's an open truth. Yeah, because even the recruitment as well, right? So they try to push you placed as much as early as possible because they are going to make money on you on your like every hour they are going to get the margin. So the more earliest you placed, you will they will make money on you. Cool. Okay, you can stop the screen share, Bhaskar, and team, if any of you still have any questions, we answered all the questions. So this is the PDF document. Towards the end, you have all my details. All of you guys can check and everything. And we trained thousands of students from across the globe. You can just go and then even if you just type, let's say for example, this is the Telegram, right? Even if you just type maybe the congratulations and everything. So people sometimes whoever got the jobs, they
Lakshmi,
post
sorry
what
to interrupt you.
like
I
this.
have not received this PDF.
PDF document, I posted it twice in the Zoom chat.
Okay, I
In the
have
Zoom
not
chat,
got it.
I'm just
I tried
okay.
to download, but I'm not able to do that.
Okay,
Let
no
me do
problem
it
at all.
once
Anyway, we
again.
will be. Yeah, I just sent it, and in the WhatsApp group also I sent it, and you can download it from the WhatsApp. So this is the WhatsApp group, and then I will be posting that one as well. Anyway, if you have the email, all of you getting a formal email as well, along with the today's class recording and the PDF document. So towards the end of the document, you can see all my contact details. This is my direct number, and people from USA and Canada, if you want to use only the US number, so you can directly message. So we are going to get the message on the CRM tool. People from Australia, India, message on this number. This is our company website, and there's a Telegram channel. There's a company registration. And if you want to just understand some of the previous any demos or webinars on the other areas, you can just go, for example, Tech Business Analyst. You see my picture everywhere because I'm the brand for my company. So this is more about the
Replace your old
Tech
failing
Business
gas
Analyst, and then the Azure, and then you have the Gen AI, Agentic AI. So we have all these training programs there. This is the Gen AI and Agentic AI. Yeah. Okay, team. All good. Thank you very much. So for giving us the opportunity to Bhaskar and myself, it means a lot for you to sacrifice the valuable time on the weekend and joining this. Hope all of you got enough knowledge and got value out for the time that you guys invested. And we still have another 3-4 more days to register. Whoever is interested, please feel free to call us to register. And don't worry about the payment. I always tell my students in every batch, I tell this, we need money to run the business, but we are not really after money. Okay, so your money is our second priority, more your success is our top priority. And so a continuous support is assured. I'm telling this on the recording. Yes. And people always tell me you can check it on the internet, Lakshmi's Man of Words. And you can check my previous students as well. So with respect to the payment, if you want to pay in 2 or 3 installment, completely okay. You want to pay as you go, completely okay. But if you're not interested, that's a second story. But if you're interested, we are here to support you. That's all I can tell you. Okay, team, thank you very much for your valuable time. Bhaskar, thanks for waking up early morning Sunday and then driving this smoothly. Thanks a lot, Bhaskar.
Thank
I'm
you very
stopping
much,
the
Lakshmi.
recording, team. Thank you.